Good morning, everybody. This is Dave at Digital Doxology, and today's video I'm going to be showing you how to lay out and assign the inputs for your Tascam 24 DP. So if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell on the side so you'll be notified when I put out more videos in the future. So let's get to it today. How to assign and how to lay out your inputs on the Tascam DP-24 SD. Let's go. Alright, so let's get to it. This won't be a long video. I'm going to try and make this concise and short. So if you have your DP ready to turn on, go ahead and hit the power button. And you have to hold it a few seconds to turn the power on, then you'll notice the startup screen right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go through the back-end layout of your DP-24. So let's go through the inputs on the DP-24 for you. Now, for those of you that may have just gotten it and you're trying to figure it all out, just keep this in mind. All this front panel right here, this panel section corresponds to the inputs on the back. Now, on your DP-24, you have 8 inputs, but your inputs are not labeled numerically. They're labeled alphabetically: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So it corresponds to the back end here: A, B, C, D, E, which is not being used on mine, F, G, and H. On this part of the back end of your Tascam, these are your external monitor cords, your left and right monitors. This is the cord USB cable that goes to my laptop so that I can download files from my Tascam to my laptop. And then way over here is your power cord. And then right in the back is your SD card. Right here, and it's really easy to get out. If you need to, you just push it in and it ejects. Notice it says no card. You can pull your SD card out and put a new one in. Now, I have ejected and replaced this card many times. I've taken this card out, put it in my computer or my laptop to transfer files if I want to do it. Sometimes I do it that way just because it's easy. I've done it multiple times. I've never had any problems with my SD cards going bad. I've had people comment about that you shouldn't do that. It's probably a good best practice to not do that, but honestly, I've done it dozens and dozens of times and never had a problem. But as they say, you know, there's always going to be that first time. If you are worried about that, it is better to use the transfer cable to transfer your files from the DP-24 over to your laptop. You can also do it that way, and I do that sometimes. Alright, now that I've got the DP-24 turned on, your home screen will come on. This is your multi-track screen. Then there is several different screens. You have your assign screen, your mixer screen, dynamics, you can different effects you can use, and then also your menu and your home screen. So this is the home screen right here. So let's go through the inputs, and I'll go through and explain those. On your Tascam 24 or 32, you have your input section right here. Now on the 24, you have 8 inputs. So on the back, I have my cables inputs for the that I'm using for the keyboards. This red and black here is the Roland Phantom. Turn that off, turn up the volume. There we go. That was the Roland Phantom. Let me turn those down. Switch on the Kronos. Notice it turns red when I have the inputs turned on. There's the Kronos. So I can turn those off, turn the volumes down, or I can just leave them up if I want. So I have the keyboards here on the first 4 inputs. That's A, B, C, and D. And then E is empty. Here's my XLR plug. This is for my condenser mic. And let me pull that out so you can kind of see what that is. That's an XLR plug. Nice thing about the Tascam is you can use an XLR plug right in the back there. Just make sure it's plugged in. And the reason you use those for, especially for condenser mics, is so that you can use the phantom power. Once I hit that button right there, it turns phantom power on wherever there's an XLR plug. This cable here is for my just my regular handheld mic, and the white cable right here is for my guitar. This one right here. This is also the guitar input right here on the back. All right, so those are the 8 inputs that you have. Then you have your volumes. I have them all set already like I want them, so I'm not going to mess with them. But you can turn them up or down. And when you start to turn up an input volume and you see the little OL light come on, that means you got an overload. So you want to turn it down so that little red light doesn't come on. Now another little trick here, let me show you. If you want to assign, when you get ready to assign inputs, you're going to use the sign switch. Go from your main home menu, there's home, go up to the sign button, push that, and you'll see this screen pop up. And this screen tells you right now all of my inputs are set. The first 2 are A and B. Here's A and B over here. Then C and D, that's the Kronos. H and F are, H is nothing right now because number 5, track 5. Track 5 should be the vocal mic. So yeah, that's going to be H, right? Well, actually it's set for the guitar right now. So if I want to change track 5 to be for the microphone, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to track 5, select track 5, and change my source to the XLR plug, which is F, just like that. And notice the letter here changed. So if you want to change your source for a track, select your track. All right, so track 5, select, and then select which source you want. A, B, C, D, E, or F in this case. F is the XLR mic, which is the condenser mic. If I'm going to use it, then I'm going to hit phantom power for that. All right, if I'm using a guitar, say track 5 might be guitar. In fact, I have it labeled guitar right here. So in order to use this for the guitar, I'm going to select track 5, just like that, and then select H, which will be the guitar. All right, so I hope this kind of makes sense what I'm doing. I'm using the select source buttons right here to make it easy to select the source. You can do this another way. You can select your source by going in here with your rotary knob. Now watch. Do you see the buttons here change? They're just changing color. They're going from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. I can do it with the rotary dial here, which is kind of nice because then I can see here where my layout is. If I wanted to switch to a different channel, I could either use the source button here or the rotary dial. Now notice these tracks here, 13 through 24, these 6 tracks I have set up right now for the Kronos. So if you look up in the track assigned selection, you'll see that these tracks are all assigned to A and, or not, I'm sorry, not A and B, C and D. So all of these should be CD. Let's check. 13, 14, CD, 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 CD. All right, so the reason I do that is so that I can use these 6 tracks to overdub from the Kronos. If I wanted to do that with the Phantom, I would just set these up so that they would all be, let's select 13, 14. I could set these so that they would be A and B. Now look how this changes together. I think this is kind of cool. So you just hold it down, it switches to AA, which means a single input. So if you want to use this track as a single input, then you're going to select A and A. Or as let's say H and H for guitar. So if I wanted to use 13 and 14 as a single track just for guitar, then I would assign it H and H. So they're all assigned to H. But in this case, I want to go back and make sure they're assigned for the Kronos. So that's going to be C and D, just like that. Do you see how those letters change as I change the dial here? You can also do it this way and that way. You can use the knobs over here. All right, so just a couple ways you could set up your inputs on your Tascam. A couple other little things before I close here. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll just wrap it up with one little tip here for you. If you're using your tracks here down below, I have little labels on them. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not, but I put little labels here. These are just little magnetic, little things that have magnets on the back. Let me show you. It's like a little magnetic strip on the back. And I can move these around to different channels. If I want to put vocals on channel 8, I can just slide this over here to channel 8 like that. That way, when I'm doing my mixing at the end, I'll remember, oh, my vocals are on channel 8, or my guitar is on channel 5. These little labels really help when it comes to doing your final mix. Sometimes I put flutes and strings and pads or bass, percussion instruments on certain tracks from the Kronos. So this helps me when I'm doing my master mix. So you guys have a great day. Have fun with your Tascam. I hope this helps you on setting up and assigning your tracks for your Tascam DP-24 SD. Have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye.